Public service announcement to all content creators out there. Do not film when you are tired. The results are usually when I never feel bad, come on, yeah. So yeah, I finished my first real full week of work, and my body had forgotten the grind. And anyone who has gone back to work since the pandemic began, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's brutal on the body. You fall asleep way earlier and faster than you expected, and it kind of makes you appreciate the entire process of going back to work on a completely different level. So my students found my YouTube channel. I don't see that as a bad thing. Should I be seeing it as a bad thing? I mean, it's not like I was bragging or boasting about it or overtly advertising about it. When I introduce myself in class, I now mention that, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. It's not like I'm cosplaying as much or writing poetry as much as I used to, but I'm creating content and I'm creating it on YouTube. So I'm going to talk about it. And there's nothing on my YouTube channel that I don't already talk about in class. What you see is what you get, which is why I think some former students actually enjoy watching my channel, because they're getting their daily dose of Madame la Prof. And to a certain extent, I think you need to be proud of what you create, no matter how big or how small your audience is. 2 years ago, I gave myself a challenge that I would start a YouTube channel to create, to talk about education, to talk about issues related to education, to perhaps find solutions and collaborate with other educators online on how to best address the issues that are affecting students these days. I'm not too sure how many educators actually follow my YouTube channel, but if my fan base is now comprised mostly of students, isn't that a way of connecting with your students and potentially finding solutions regarding the issues that target students? I mean, if we're trying to find solutions, shouldn't we talk to the people that are affected by the problem? Because I know that I have students who are watching me. I am creating this video to send you a message. No, you're not going to be tested on this. Although it would be interesting to see if anybody would talk about it on Monday. Just thinking out loud here. And this is not a message that targets specifically my current students. I think it's a message that targets anyone in life, dealing with life and dealing with education and learning. First little message nugget. Learning is important, and I'm not talking about the kind of learning that you do in a textbook. I'm talking about any type of learning that allows you to better understand your environment and your reality. And that has nothing to do with the curriculum, what the government imposes. It's like, great, you can solve this, algebraic function. I think they're called that. Yeah. You can solve algebraic functions, but do you know how to adult? So our world is very complex. So any kind of learning that you do that allows you to better understand the world around you, it gets a thumbs up from me. Number 2, related to learning, you are in control of your learning. You can speed up your learning, you can slow it down, and especially the slowing down part. A lot of people think that they're not allowed to slow down their learning because they have to keep up with everyone else, and that's wrong. I've mentioned it before in another video. You can stop and say, I need more time to learn math. And especially in the context that we are living right now, it's very important not to think that you have to catch up because we are behind. Everyone's behind. So if it's going to take you longer to grasp math, English, history, yeah, so be it. It's okay if you're not going to finish at the same time as everyone else. You know, great, it would be fun to say that I'm going to finish my school year with all my buddies, but are your friends because you're in the same grade? Or is it because you guys have the same passions, the same likes, the same activities? Is that going to change because they've graduated? Just thinking out loud. I'm not trying to tell you to purposely stop your learning. I'm telling you that you are allowed to say, stop, I need to understand this better. I'm going to take my time. And if you want to learn faster than others, that's great. Just make sure that you're not poo-pooing those that are slowing down. And number 3, speaking of slowing down, some of you might fail. And I'm not saying that in the grand, like, you know, I failed at life thing. No, I'm talking about failing because you didn't understand a test, you didn't understand an assignment, and that's okay, because then you can learn from those mistakes. You understand what you need to do or not to do in the future. And so people tend to forget that failing is a necessary part of learning. But people are afraid of failing because they're afraid of the pain, they're afraid of the embarrassment, they're afraid of the anxiety, and I get it. And it's related to the whole like slowing down part, because they don't want to be left behind. It's kind of like this weird educational FOMO. Many masters in life have failed in the past. They weren't perfect to begin with. They learned a lot, they improved, they self-reflected, and they ultimately learned more from all of the obstacles and the failures that they faced. And that's how they became a master, and they became a better person, a better student. All that to say, struggling, it's real. It's normal. It's part of the process. So the moment you accept that there's going to be struggle or you might fail, it becomes a bit less scary. And I'm going to be there for you guys. I'm going to be there whether you are currently a student of mine, you're still at school, but you're no longer a student of mine. But I'm going to be there. And I can't believe I'm getting emotional. I will not judge you if you are facing obstacles, if you are dealing with issues. I will be there. I will be there, because that's what I do. I'm your biggest cheerleader. And before I start bawling my eyes out, I'm going to wish you an awesome day, and I will see you somewhere on the internet.